We've got some breaking news in the search for this man, Eric Hartwell, on the run for a week. The convicted child rapist who cut off his ankle monitor, captured in Norfolk, Virginia, 1,700 miles away. Joining me on the phone, Chief Deputy U.S. Marshal Ken Deal. Ken, thanks so much. First of all, tell me, how did they capture him? How did this takedown go down?
Well, I can't go into specifics as far as how we were able to track him from Denver to Norfolk, Virginia, but I can say that the U.S. Marshal Service from the Eastern District of Virginia and members from the Capital Area Regional Task Force arrested Mr. Hartwell this morning after locating him at a Motel 6 off a military highway there in Norfolk, Virginia.
All right, so he's at a Motel 6, 1,700 miles away. Has anyone else been arrested in connection with perhaps helping him?
No, we don't have any information right now that we could release regarding any associates that may have assisted Mr. Hartwell at this time.
Was he taken by surprise? Was there any sort of resistance on the part of this convicted child rapist?
The information that we're receiving is that I'm sure Mr. Hartwell was not aware of our presence at the Motel 6 this morning. Attempts were made to contact Mr. Hartwell, which he refused to answer the door, and law enforcement was able to secure his arrest after breaching the door this morning.
Was he alone?
He was alone. And
is he going to be charged in connection with any other crimes that he may have committed other than the escape itself, cutting off the ankle monitor bracelet? Were there any other victims in his travels of 1,700 miles from Denver to Norfolk?
At this time, the investigation is ongoing, and we're going to have to take a look at all of the movements and potentially talk with those jurisdictions where he traveled through to see whether or not there were any victims. But he was running since he cut off his ankle bracelet, and we've done a good job as far as tracking him with the assistance from the folks on the Eastern Coast.
And do we know anything about his appearance? Did he change his appearance? Did he look different? Did he, I don't know, shave his head, dye his hair?
I don't have any information that would indicate that his appearance was altered at all. At this point in time, some of the surveillance photographs that we were able to recover actually showed him almost in the same condition as when he departed the Denver area.
And you say surveillance photographs. Were these from gas stations, or what type of surveillance photos are we talking about?
Well, I wouldn't want to, at this point, go into specifics as far as what we have regarding surveillance photographs, other than to say that they were in public areas.
Okay. Now, what happens next with this guy? Because that's obviously the public's concern. He's been caught. He has escaped before. He's not going to be put out on another ankle monitor bracelet, is he?
It's not believed that will happen anytime in the near future. At this point in time, he will be brought to the federal courthouse to be processed, and will more likely than not face a U.S. magistrate later on this afternoon on these charges.
And that's going to take place in Virginia?
That's correct, in Norfolk.
And will he be returned back to original jurisdiction, or does he end up staying where he gets caught? Do we know?
Well, we'll have to take a look at the charges that may stem from the District of Colorado, and I believe there will be charges that will be brought against him on a supervised release violation, at which point decisions will be made by the U.S. Attorney's Office as far as how to handle that.
And in terms of potential time, do we have any idea at this point how much time behind bars he could be facing as a result of his latest activities?
I don't have any specific information, and that will have to be addressed by prosecuting agencies in this particular case. Our sole function at this point in time was to track down and bring into custody Mr. Hartwell.
All right. Well, Ken Deal, Chief Deputy U.S. Marshal, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it, and the great work that everyone did in tracking down this fugitive. Great job. Good news today.
Well, we appreciate the time, Vinny, and and also we'd like to thank those participating agencies that assisted us, the U.S. Marshal Service, along this investigation, and we'll go forward from there.